Happy New Year's, everyone. It's Andrew Ellett at The Whole Broker, and hope everyone had a wonderful holiday season, got to spend time with family, and hope that you are filled with hope and optimism for 2024, as I know we are. As it relates to real estate, I think that there's reason to be very optimistic for 2024 if you compare it to what we were saying this time a year ago. And there's several factors to look at that make us feel this way. First, interest rates are in a downward trajectory. They are not decreasing by a large amount, only small amounts, but they're doing so with consistency for the second straight month. Mortgage rates are near a 7-month low currently. And homebuyer sentiment, although it's only half of what it was prior to COVID, is up 10% just in the last month. Home inventory levels are increasing across the country, and new home prices are down 13%. So all of those stats are courtesy of Redfin. There's currently a 4 to 5 million home shortage in inventory across the country. In a recent stat that we saw from NAR, National Association of Realtors, said that for every 1 percentage point in mortgage rate drop, they see approximately 5 million qualified homebuyers enter the market. So what does this mean for you if you're a buyer? Well, if you're a buyer, you have more buying power than you did a few months ago. And that's expected to get even better as the year goes on. So a lot of buyers ask me, well, if it's better now, but expected to be even better later in the year, shouldn't I just wait? I think the answer to that just depends. If you decide to wait, like millions of others, to enter the market in a few months, then guess what? You're going to be competing against millions of other home buyers, or in your local market, hundreds or thousands. And then you're likely to see a situation like we saw a couple years ago, where you now have multiple offers on the same listing, you have bidding wars, and guess what? That drives prices up. So my advice to a buyer is, if you're able to manage purchasing a home at the current interest rates, marry the house, date the rate. You can always refinance as interest rates significantly improve over the next year or two. Also, what does that mean if you're a seller lowering interest rate? Well, a lot of sellers sat on the sidelines over the last year or two because they had a 3 or a 4% rate on their current home, and they were reluctant to leave that for a 7 or an 8% interest rate on a new purchase. Now the interest rates are down in the 6s. I think there's a lot more interest in moving in 2024 for many sellers. Secondly, if you're a seller and you struggled to sell your home over the last year, you can expect to see a lot more buyers entering the marketplace in 2024. And then third, I always encourage sellers to consider paying down the interest rate a full point or a half a point for a buyer. That is actually a lot more meaningful for a buyer right now than a simple price reduction. And that makes the loan more affordable depending on the product that you use over a 2 to 3 year span or over the life of a 30-year loan for a buyer. So consider using that tool. As always, if you have any questions or would like more information, please reach out. And we welcome you to follow us on all our channels for The Whole Broker on Facebook, Instagram, and our YouTube channel. Hope you have a great week.